Well, hello everybody. Debbie here from Easy Piano Styles. And one thing I just can't get enough of is the blues. And I think the blues is a great way to start to create and to improvise at the piano. So I'm going to do a lesson here. I'm taking it right out of my series called The Color of Blues. I don't know if you can see that. 42 lessons on how to play blues piano, which is a book and 2 DVDs. And it's available digitally as well, online. So I'm going to just take the very first and second lesson here. So we're going to look at a blues voicing. So we take a chord like C7, okay? C, E, G, B flat. And we're just going to play the E and the B flat, which is the 3rd and the 7th, the 2 most important notes in a chord. And when you're playing jazz and blues, you actually don't even need the root of the chord, but the 3rd and the 7th you do need. Okay, that's how you would play a C7. Now to play the next chord, F7, let's look at what the regular chord is. The entire chord, which would be F, A, C, E flat. But again, we're just going to use the 3rd and the 7th, and we're going to do the 7th on the bottom and then the 3rd, just because that's closer to the other voicing of the C7 we did. Okay, so we want to keep things relatively in the middle of the piano, a little bit below middle C, but not like way down here, way down there. So that's a good place for it. We still have the 7th and we still have the 3rd. And then finally, the 3rd chord, the blues chord in the key of C, is a G7, which you probably know as G, B, D, F, right? But again, we're going to do the 7th and the 3rd, which is right here, F and B, 7th and 3rd. So these are our 3 voicings. Again, these are in the book, but we've got the E and the B flat for C7. We've got the E flat and the A for F7, and we've got the F and the B for G7. Now the next lesson in the book is organizing those 3 chords in a certain form called the 12-bar blues form. It's a very standard form that's used for many songs, not just straight blues songs. Okay, so the first thing we have is the C7 for a measure, and then our next measure is F7. And then we go back to the C7 for 4, C7 again, we go to the F7, again, and back to the C7. A lot of repetition, very simple harmonically. C7, then we go to our G7, back to the F, and C7. Okay, so that's 12 bars or measures. In the jazz world, a measure is called a bar. It sounds much cooler, don't you think? So now we are going to do one more thing with this. We're going to take the right hand and just on the note C, we're just going to play different rhythms. Or it could be anything you want. And I'm going to put the metronome on. And I'll make it a little bit faster. Hopefully you can hear that. I'll put it over here. Okay, so we do our 12-bar blues first, which would be C7, then F7, back to C7, C7, F7, F7, C7, C7. Now we're moving up to G7, back to F, and C7 again. And that's the 12 bar. We're going to combine that with the simple little any kind of rhythm you want in the right hand. 1, 2, but all in the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7, F, C7, that's it. So you're experimenting with different rhythms in the right hand while you're just holding the third and the seventh, a particular note in the left hand. That is the beginning of improvisation. And in the book I take you through where to go from there, different things that you can do in the right hand, just creeping up very sequentially, how to make that a little bit more interesting because we don't want to sit on one note all the time. Then we add the blues scale, then we add different parts of the blues scale and take out others, and we add something into that voicings in the left hand to get a little more sophisticated sound, and then we put that in the blues voicing, add some scales, then we put some riffs in the right hand, patterns, and we do boogie woogie, all kinds of things. And I only took you up to like the 10th lesson there, and there's 42 of them. So it's just an awesome thing to study. I love, love, love the blues. So much to learn, and it's super fun. And you don't have to be great at the piano to start right ahead with the blues. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I will try to get a video out to you next week, and until then, have a great week. Bye-bye now.